Crain, the host of Crain and Company, has lambasted authorities for not allowing Novak Djokovic to participate at this year's US Open, saying it goes beyond sports. The Serb won his 21st major title at Wimbledon on Sunday, beating Nick Kyrgios in the final. However, he is unlikely to participate in the year's last Grand Slam due to the United States of America requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination for entry into the country. The US Open has ruled out seeking an exemption for the three-time Flushing Meadows winner. Crain said that the decision not to allow Djokovic to compete at the US Open is purely political and downright stupid. The reason they aren't letting Joker Noel play in the US Open has nothing to do with sports, he tweeted. The decision to not let him play is purely political. Let's make no mistake about it. At this point, to be honest, it's downright stupid. America should be the beacon of common sense in this issue. Yet again we let politicians make everything so toxic that nobody can move or make a decision without judgment, Crain said. He added that the authorities know that a fit athlete like Novak Djokovic is not a threat to anybody, but allowing him to play would be akin to admitting defeat. They know Djokovic is not a threat to get anybody physically ill at the US Open, but if they let him play, it's like admitting defeat after the fear-mongering that even continued to plague our everyday life to this day, he said. It's terrible for the game of tennis as well, but we know it has nothing to do with sports. People who go against the mob get ridiculed. They have to be cancelled, embarrassed, or in this case, get disqualified, Crain added. We all know COVID was terrible, but enough is enough. Crain on not allowing Novak Djokovic to play US Open. Crain commended Novak Djokovic for staying true to his beliefs and not allowing the mob to determine his actions, though it could come at the cost of not being allowed to participate in the US Open. I would like to commend Djokovic on staying true to himself, said Crain. Djokovic is more than a dominant presence on the court. He is more than firm in his belief and sticks by. He doesn't let the mob rule his action, and that's the end of it. He won't bow to the pressure and get vaccinated, which is going to disqualify him from playing in the US Open. Crain lambasted the administration for continuing to play political handball with COVID. If Australia wants to have draconian rules and well people in their apartments, that's fine. But the USA typically leads from the front when it comes to allowing people to enter the country to work. But in this case, we continue to play this political handball with COVID. Citing the example of NBA player Kyrie Irving, who was eventually allowed to play in New York despite being unvaccinated, Crain said that not allowing Djokovic to play the US Open makes no sense. We all know COVID was terrible, but enough is enough. They eventually let Kyrie Irving play in New York, and Djokovic is one of the most in-shape athletes out there. Have you watched a tennis match? He's not someone susceptible to the dangers of COVID, in reality, Crain said. Crain concluded that the Serb is already a winner, even if he doesn't play at Flushing Meadows this year. While may not be competing at the US Open this year, but in my eyes, he's already a winner in my book. It remains to be seen how the saga will evolve, and if the restrictions are lifted to allow Novak Djokovic to participate at this year's US Open.